What in the world, boys? It's your boy Big Low Country. For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just old country boy, former football coach that loves to sit around and talk about sports. Yes, you yourself could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us, and I definitely and greatly appreciate it. First of all, if you're watching the show after we gone live already, make sure you put a what in the world bowl in the comments. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. If you do that, we will definitely and greatly appreciate it. Look, we ain't had a chance to really sit down and have a coaches meeting for the last couple of weeks. So I just want to come on here and check up on y'all. I hope everybody's good, because I ain't gonna lie to you, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Bebo, MySpace, and everywhere else. Oh, everybody been kind of quiet. I don't know if everybody pretty much feeling it or not, but everybody been a little bit on the quiet side. But man, you know how it is. It's one of those situations whenever I'm not gonna say rebuilding, let's say retooling. Whenever you're retooling a team, this is kind of what you get, right? It's one of those situations where um it's one of those situations where you have to, come into it with an open mind. Yeah, come into it with an open mind. So you already know what time it is, man. We got to show love to everybody showing love to us. We got old Ghost Peppers in here. What in the world, Bo? What's going on, Ghost Peppers? Tay Bro in here. What in the world, Bo? What's going on, man? Ohio against the world's in here. He says, "What's up, Unc?" Now, so just want to let y'all know, I just realized that I'm Unc status now. And I ain't gonna lie to you, it's kind of weird, but I'm trying to learn how to embrace it. So Ohio against the world, what's up, nephew? That sound that sound that sound good. What's up, nephew? I did put my own swing on. What's up, Neff? What's going on, young Thundercat? How you doing today, man? Brian's in here. Says what in the world, Bo? Bernard, what's going on with you, man? Hope y'all doing good tonight. So we're gonna have a coaches meeting. Tonight we're gonna be talking about so far in the Atlanta Falcons offseason. How are we feeling about it? We're gonna, we're gonna grade it. We're looking at, the different moves that we made, and we're gonna look at everything and see, hey, is it one of those situations where, we like how it's looking, or is it one of those cases where it's like, pineapples, I don't like it. Excuse me. So y'all already know what time it is, man. We gonna get in here and chop it up. Um, but look, in the meantime, in between time, um, I'm pretty sure y'all have heard, and it seems like every day. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm just ready for it to be over with. The whole Kirk Cousins situation, the whole Kirk Cousins fiasco, um, whatever. It's one of those cases where, you know, I'm just ready for it to be over with. Now I don't know if y'all remember, I said, you know, 2 months ago, I could see Kirk Cousins going to Cleveland. Now everybody's saying, "Hey, it's a good chance Kirk Cousins might go to Cleveland." Be honest with you, I believe it when I see it. It's that's where we are now. We're at the point where it's like, "Hey, I believe it when I see it." I don't know if it's the case where, you know it's a situation where they're interviewing Raheem Morris and Arthur Blank and them, and they're basically saying stuff like, "Hey, you know, we're open to trading Kirk Cousins, but it's one of them situations where we're cool with him being a backup quarterback for us." And it's obviously Kirk Cousins ain't feeling like that. So, Bo, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm just ready for it to be done with. I really wish they would tell. I really wish they would tell them boys, Kirk Cousins and his representation, like, "Hey, we ain't gonna trade you. It is what it is." You know, um, Go on about your business. Go on kick rocks. We ain't down for all the foot shuffling. You go on somewhere with that. My homeboy A1 Forever Sports in here. What's going on, Chris Tipmore? I make sure that y'all check him out, man. Great content over there. What in the world, Bo? Hope you're doing good tonight, man. Melvin Emery says, "What's up, Big Low?" Kyle Sweats in here says, "Cousins would be best in Chicago. Williams needs a backup." See, that's the thing. Unfortunately, Kirk Cousins um feels like he's not the type of guy that backs anybody up. Even even the team that he has the contract with that's paying him. I've never seen somebody legitimately be upset. You paying them $67 million. and you upset about the situation. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. Well, I tell you what, it's something about this new generation. Mind you, Kirk Cousins is close to my age. It's something about this new. It's something about this new generation. If they paid these young Thundercats to sit around and sleep all day, they'll wake up and get up and go play basketball. You just can't satisfy folks nowadays. You paying the man $60-something million, and he wants to go somewhere else. What in the world, bro? I'm legitimately confused. See. Look at here. Now y'all got me. Y'all got me getting up on my soapbox. Y'all got me getting up on my soapbox. Hey, Needs in here. He says, "Oh, what's happening, Bo? What's going on with you, man? Hope you're doing good, man." Yeah, he's entitled. He's entitled, man. We got my homeboy C Dub in here. C Dub, what's going on, Bo? Hope you're doing good. Jay Black in here. Big Low, rise up. You already know what time. You already know what it is. What's going on, Bo? Hope you're doing good tonight, fam. So, it's one of them situations where we're going to look at the roster, see what we got so far, and we're going to look at it and see, if it's a situation where, you know, what kind of grade we're giving the Atlanta Falcons so far this offseason. I feel like there's still some moves that could be made. Everybody's saying they feel like Kirk Cousins is going to get traded after the draft. I feel like Kirk Cousins, people put that out. And it may be a situation where Kirk Cousins is trying to sandbag us even more. I I got a feeling the trade's gonna happen during the draft, coaches. I legitimately feel like it's gonna happen during the draft. I want to ask y'all what y'all think. If you feel like Kirk Cousins is gonna get traded during the draft, put a 1 in the chat. If it's one of them situations where you feel like he'll get traded at any other time, before or after the draft, or not even get traded at all, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all thinking. I just want to know what y'all thinking. But I legitimately think Kirk Cousins is going to get traded during the draft. So if you feel like he's going to get traded during the draft, put a 1 in the chat. If it's a situation where any other time or not traded at all, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all thinking here. While y'all are doing that, I am working on getting logged in. See what's going on here, and we could get a chance to take a look at this roster and see what they working with there. All right, so let's see here. C Dub, he says, man, getting prepared for the Morning Madness crew. Okay, then y'all make sure y'all check out C Dub and the boys over there on the Morning Madness crew. Then the man says, looks like we're going to get some 2026 pick. Kirk Cousins is traded after this draft. And look, I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, Dan. I wouldn't doubt it. I legitimately wouldn't doubt it. Jeremy Dupree's in here. What in the world, Bo? What's going on, man? Jermaine Dupree's little brother. A Nee says during the draft. That's what I'm thinking. Tabro says Vikings and Atlanta didn't want him as a wake up. I'm guessing that's a backup. So Kirk starter. Okay. C Dub, he feels like it's going to happen during the draft. Yosemite Blam's in here. Blam's in here. He says, you got to follow directions. Got to follow directions, Yosemite. Now, come on now. You look here. I gave you the script. You got to follow it. I'm just playing with you, Bo. I'm just playing with you. Let's see what everybody says. Melvin Emery, Purple Haze, Yosemite Blam. See, that's what I'm talking about, Yosemite. It says they say 2. They feel like it's not going to happen during the draft. Okay. Tabro says 1. C Dub says 1, but I would make him a 3rd string. Daggone. I mean, I also said that a few weeks ago. Like, hey, I mean, in the words of Coach Ronnie's grandmama, you don't run nothing. So Brian Cornelius says 1. He says he feels like it's going to happen during the draft. Dan the man says after the draft, the 1st round is possible. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. He says draft after the 1st round is possible. Okay, gotcha. Jalen says 1. He feels like it's going to happen during the draft. We also got Superman chat from Coach Willie Doc in here. He says blessings, Big Low and Coach Ronnie. Looking forward to a hilariously chill stream. Hot take: Pitts will make the roster. Kirk will be traded in camp. Da da da. That's a Superman chat, boy. Y'all coming in here with a fire. Y'all coming here with a fire already, boy. Goodness gracious. Boy, it's been so long since I had a chance to come on here and chop it up with y'all, man. So much has happened. So much has happened since the last time I had a chance to come on here and chop it up with y'all. Let me see what's happened. Um, okay, for one, me and Coach Roney, we've discovered because I'm progressing in age, and as you seen earlier in the show, I'm apparently I'm up now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ask a 3-4 question in regards to that, but I digress. So much has happened. Me and Coach Roney, we've discovered um early dinner now, right? And I'm pretty sure Willie Doc, he would agree with this. Being a doctor, he would agree that eating earlier, um, is good for the digestion and everything. But I'm talking about whenever we go out to eat. Coach Roney. As a matter of fact, we just went to the Cheesecake Factory. We went there like at 4 o'clock. There wasn't nobody in there. I was like, boy, we done turned into the old couple. Likes to get out, get in there, get out, come home before the sun goes down. That's us. What else has happened? It's gotten warmer. Time has changed since the last time we had a chance to sit down and chop it up. As a matter, wait a minute. Is it sleep naked under a fan weather? I think, yeah. I've been doing. Matter of fact, don't even worry about that. It's sleep naked under a fan weather. Since the last time we had a chance to chop it up. Last time, it was a little cool. It was that, you know, hey, is it springtime yet? Flowers are blooming. Made a few free agency moves and did a few things. So it's been a minute since we had a chance to chop it up. I think it's been like 2 weeks. So in the last 2 weeks, that's what's been going on with me. And look, I apologize. I apologize if if I'm getting on that rant. Also, Dre Murphy's in here, says, "What's up, beloveds? How y'all beloveds doing and feeling on this hump night? Hello, what's going on, Bo? Hope you're doing good. Yosemite in here says, man, I'm just falconing. We got Coach Padre in here. What's going on, Padre? Hope you're doing good tonight, man. Hope you're doing good, Bo. I seen Coach Padre last Friday. He seen me in one of my weakest states. Coach Padre seen me in one of my weakest states, boy. I've been telling you something. Oh, dog, I can't do it like I used to do. Let's see here. See Dub, he says early dinner. Man, boy, what you talking about, bro? The early dinner be hitting. What's going on, Daniel? Barry Sports, much love to you. C Dub says we got the Golden Corral and get the senior discount. I'm proud of it. He says I always sleep by a fan regard. Hello, you already know what time it is. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Do what you do. I also got Superman chat from Coach Padre. He says, greetings, Big Low and content creator Ronnie. How do you prefer your lame duck coaches? Wow. Wow. Lame duck coach. Goodness great. Okay. He says, baked Peking or just let go. Hello. I hang up and listen. Da da da. That's a Superman. What in the world, bro? This is wait a minute. This is where we at. Now, look, I'm glad you mentioned that, Coach Padre, because I'm a big guy when it comes to the court of public opinion, right? So I don't know if y'all heard yesterday, Raheem Morris, he had a press conference. Well, not really a press conference. There was a few news entities that interviewed him, right? So moving forward, it was one of those situations where whenever they interviewed him, I was looking at the comments. I was like, okay, let's see how the fan base is feeling about Raheem Morris. So I went and I check it out, trying to see what they talking about, right? It was positive. It was mainly positive. And I was legit surprised. And I'm sitting here thinking, hey, I mean, look, this might be your guy. This might be the guy that'll help, take look, at the end of the day, if the fan base is behind him, there's no telling what he's capable of doing. So this legitimately might be he might be the guy to help take you to the whole nother level. Or it might be a situation where we just hadn't seen no Falcons football in 3 months, and any resemblance of Falcons football, we're just like, hey man, Raheem Morris is the guy that's gonna get it. It could be either or, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, bro. At the end of the day, it is what it is. All right, so all right, let's take a look here at this at the lineup. Uh, Preferably the defensive side of the ball. Let's take a look at it, and I just want y'all to let me know how you're feeling in regards to this defense and what kind of grade you're talking about giving. If everyone can see, the screen and see all the names and the grades, if you can see there, put a 1 in the chat. If you can't see it, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know, we having this coach staff meeting. I just want to know, we know exactly what's going on. Nando's in here says, hey, and ho, the score is a D on the test so far, Bo. And Terry and Raheem Morris may have to hit the door. Goodness gracious, he done made a doggone. He daggone, okay. He he says nail this draft for sure. Okay, look, I'll definitely take it, Bo. I'll definitely take it. All right. Padre also says, hey y'all, don't let low lie to y'all. She said, I saw this man manhandle a sectional solo dolo. If I ever dreamed of disrespecting him, I'll have to wake up and apologize. He ain't putting them hands on. Well, look here. Look at here. Don't listen to Padre, Bo. Like I said, Padre saw me at one of my weakest moments. I was moving the sectional. I was like, hey, Bo. See, what he didn't realize is that, I move a piece and I stop and talk a little bit. I'm like, yeah, show it's getting warm outside. Boy, I ain't gonna lie to you. Old dog getting old. Padre, thank you so much once again, brother. That's that da-da-da. That's a Superman chat. All right, so let's look at this defense. Okay, Padre Dre said that they can see the screen. Okay, perfect. All right, so the three notable pickups that we made are Fuller, right? Um, Diablo and Leonard Floyd. All right, so Fuller comes in with the 53 PFF grade. Diablo, he's 53, 82 out of 98. Diablo 64 out of 84 with a 57. Leonard Floyd comes in here with a 53. He's 102 out of 119. All right. So, daggone. That's rough. All right. So, what grade is everybody giving the move that we made on defense so far? And let me know, do you feel like this defense is better um, personnel wise than it was last year, or worse personnel wise than it was last year? I look. This is the coaches. This is the coaches meeting. This is the coaches staff that we're in here talking to. And look at here. I mean, anytime I go to the barbershop, shouts out to my homeboy Freestyle. Anytime I go to the barbershop and chop it up with them guys, and I want to act like I sound like I know what I'm talking about, I just refer to the notes from the shows, that everything that y'all telling me. So y'all let me know, what kind of grade would you give this offseason so far? Do you feel like this defense is improved? Do you feel like they're worse? Or do you feel like they're about the same? Y'all let me know what you're thinking. So, and I apologize. I also forgot we did get Morgan Fox as well. As that other defensive tackle, 275 for defensive tackle. That's very interesting. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thinking. Give me your grades: A, B, C, D, F. U for unsatisfactory, or I for incomplete, or you heard how confidently I said the U's and the I's, because I used to get a lot of those whenever I was in school. So y'all let me know what y'all thinking. Shouts out to Dr. Rick in here. Dr. Rick says, why does Terry he said, why does Terry Rich still have a job? Dang, go! Goodness gracious. Also, C Dub says, please don't count on Troy E.R. Anderson. He stays hurt. Dang, that's rough. Dre's in here shouting out old Douglas Ferriton. Shouts out Douglas Ferriton in here. Much love to you, Bo. He says, so far so good, can't complain. Thank you so much for asking. Trying to stay cool, beloved. Hello. He says, how are you doing and feeling on this hot hump night? That sounds kind of all right. Dre, what you doing over there, boy? On this hot hump night? Boy, what you better do? You better chill out. You better chill out, Dre. It's a family show. All right, let me get some of these grades in here. T Dub says D. He says it could be a C minus at best. Okay. I ain't mad at that. Dan the man says moves are C plus. But we are the same. Okay. Taybro says, I hope they bring in a veteran defensive tackle. He gives them a C plus. Dr. Rick said D minus. Dr. Rick says you walking that line, Bo. You keep on. Shoot, you mess around and sneeze, you're gonna be over there in the F's. You know, I used to have a agriculture teacher, you know, and if it'll be a situation where you fail, yeah, like a little bit of like a speech impediment, but he'll be like, you fail. Yeah, he said it with such emphasis. So look at here. Dr. Rick said, look here, y'all keep on playing games. Keep playing games if you want to. You fail. Oh man, Coach Padre says, look here, it's not better. He says, shoot, I hope that it's the same, but only God can get us there. Goodness gracious, boy. Goodness gracious. Purple Haze says, can't go but up from that 2024 defense. But see, the thing is, Purple Haze, is that's the issue. Personnel wise, that 2024 defense, personnel wise, if you just look at the names, if you look at the PFF grades from the year before, the Justin Simmons of the world, the Matthew Judons of the world, the Grady Jarretts of the world that are no longer with the team, if you look at all of those guys, you will legitimately look and say, hey, man, shoot, boy, that's a squad right there. I mean, shoot, everybody in the chat, that's what they were doing. Everybody in the chat, everybody who was watching this show, everybody in the coaching staff, they're like, boy, we finna come. Look at here. In the words of Deion Sanders, no Diddy, we coming. We coming. That's what everybody was saying. That's what everybody was saying. But unfortunately, yeah, you gave somebody the keys to the Ferrari who didn't know how to drive stick shift. So I mean, we could get in first gear, maybe second gear every now and then. And look, I'm the wrong person to be making this type of analogy. I can't drive a stick shift. That's one thing I always said I was gonna do. I can't drive a stick shift. Never had to learn how to drive a stick shift to drive an old truck. So it is what it is, or a Cadillac. It is what it is. Taybro says, I hope they bring in a fat neck on the defensive line. Now look here. See, look. You don't leave us fat neck boys alone, Taybro. Shouts out to Coach Tanisha Higgins in here. Much love to you, Coach. Hope you're doing good tonight. She says, not sure. Yet under a new DC, he may bring out the best out of all these players because he knows how to coach, unlike Jimmy Lake. Hello, Coach Tanisha, could you please say that one more time for the people in the back? If you put it in the chat again, I ain't going to lie to you. I'll read it again because that makes perfect sense. Once again, you gave a guy the keys to the Ferrari who didn't know how to drive the stick shift. He was looking for the clutch in the steering column. I'm like, hey, I'm trying. What I do now? Hold on. Why they two gas pedals down here? Oh man. Padre says, Terry Fontenot out here signing South meat. He says, Lowe's know what that is. Boy, look at here. If you ever had a grandma in the country, you done had a South meat sandwich. I can't stand them. They're disgusting to me. They stink. But if you know what that is, then you know Padre thinks very lowly of the picks so far. Also, ATLG Faithful. What in the world, Bo? What's going on, man? Hope you doing good tonight. Much love to you and the family, Bo. Y'all keep doing what you're doing out there, Bo. Jared Covington says, man, low. He says, I'll be listening to that snooze track remix. He says, well, look, man, I appreciate it. I saw that one from my soul. I saw that one from my soul, Jerry. Much love to you, Bo. Hope you're doing good tonight, man. Oh man. Great one says the Georgia Board of Education said we failed to meet the curriculum. Minus F. Tag gone. Goodness gracious. Grade was so bad he didn't say F minus. He says minus F. Dang, that's rough. That's rough. They couldn't wait to give you the minus, so they put the minus first. Uh Padre says, my grace for the team got cut with great. Daggone. Says they got to show me something. Guilty till proven innocent until further. Hey, look, I, I don't know. Look, y'all seen when I put the video up whenever we cut Grady. Now we have insider information, with the Jarrett family and everything, and I don't know if I said this on the initial show after everything went down, but I could tell you that Grady Jarrett was trying to stay. I could tell you that. I can tell you that, him, Grady Jarrett, and Terry Fontenot couldn't come to a deal because, and I also know that Grady Jarrett made many concessions to try to work everything out. And the way that the Atlanta Falcons cut him, they cut him to give him a chance to make money somewhere else. But I don't. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. It's Grady Jarrett's family didn't appreciate how everything went down. That's all I can say. That's all I can say in that situation. So I'm sure Grady Jarrett wanted to be here, a Falcon for life. Retire here, not even have to change his number. Wear that number 97 for the rest of his career. He's going to Chicago, going to be wearing 50, his old Clemson number. But look, man, unfortunately, it is what it is, bro. Key Richards in here said, Big Low. He says, what's up? No Kirk out here acting like a a scoring woman. Wait, what? He ain't like a scoring woman is a key. No, bro. Oh man. Brian says Brian says this defense about as good as a stop sign in the middle of 285. That's that that's rough. If you ever been down here, 285 one of the roughest places. You ain't made nobody stop it. Cindy Cox in here. What's going on, man? Much love. Hope you're doing good tonight, fam. Hope you're doing good tonight. Dr. Rich says, we let Grady go over on your model. What? Oh, look, like I said, it's one of them situations where things just didn't work out. 88 MC says, Low, what up, fam? He says, let's see here. It all goes on the upcoming draft for y'all. He says, if you nail it, give your DC some time. Uh, Look at what Fangio did with our offense from the previous. Fangio came in and did his thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I no lies told, bro. No lies told. But if you look at this defense here, and just like Coach Tanisha mentioned earlier, you bringing in Jeff Ulbrich, and I feel like you'll bring in a couple of these free agents, or will have a chance to really shine, right? I actually feel like Divine Diablo. I feel like that's a pretty good signing for us. Everybody that I've heard talk about him just talks about his speed. They talk about how he could get to point A to point B, straight lines, right? Pass rush grade 66, which is, okay. Now, mind you, he played on a terrible defense. And, I mean, daggum, the head coach was a linebacker. But um, everything that I hear about him says that in coverage, he struggles. Every time people talk about Divine Diablo in coverage, they say the young Thundercat struggles. I mean, so with that being said, I mean, yeah, I mean he's 26 years old. Um, he played with my Virginia Tech Hokies. Has a cool name, but at the end of the day, you got to be able to cover in space. So I mean, look, they have him listed as the starting linebacker. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I really like JD Bertrand. I think JD Bertrand is the future um, for this linebacker core. Then you got Fuller. Jordan Fuller played with the Carolina Panthers last year, 27 years old. I remember whenever he came out in the draft, a lot of people said that he was um, a lot of people thought that he should have been taken higher than he did. He got taken in the 6th round. I know a lot of people say he might have been the 2nd, 3rd round talent, but I remember he went out there to the Los Angeles Rams, and he was out there with Raheem for a few years, and I mean, moving forward, he ended up going to the Carolina Panthers, and you seen you see what it is, 53.8. But is it one of those situations, or moving forward, if he gets back with Raheem, is it one of those cases where, hey, I get back on the horse again? One thing that we know is that the Atlanta Falcons, they retread, like they won't go back. They won't go back for it. We also got another Superman chat. My homeboy Connor Martell is in here. He says too much negativity. Defensive coordinator upgrade. Diablo, tons of upside. He's only 26. Leonard Floyd has averaged 10 sacks the last 5 years. C plus. For me, he says we may have a potential to fix the D with a great draft. I'm not mad at that, and I'm also not mad at that. Da da da. That's a Superman chat. I'm definitely not mad at that. Thank you so much, Connor. Um, let's see. And Tanisha, she also says, you got to remember, we have a new defensive line coach too. So we have to think about the type of system that they want to run. Exactly. You're going 3-4, you're going 4-3, you're going, um, a multi front with a 3-4 overlook, or I mean that's definitely true. Now, one thing that definitely has to be taken into consideration is, Raheem Morris, he has to step in. It can't be one of those situations where, you know, if everything's going off the rails, you want to Phil Jackson the situation. How many people in the chat used to watch the 90s, the Bulls in the 90s, or the Lakers in the 2000s, and used to watch whenever things were be kind of going off the rails a little bit, but you know Phil Jackson would just sit there and say, "Hey, we're just going to let this team figure things out themselves." And whenever crunch time came and it was time to figure things out themselves, they did it. They were able to do it. I feel like that's the route that Raheem Morris is trying to take, but last year you blew it. Last year you blew it. The question is, how can we pick up the pieces and move forward? I know one way that we could pick up the pieces on here. One way we could pick up the pieces on here is if you hit that like button. Look here. If you're excited about this season coming up, or if you're not excited, I don't care which one it is. At the end of the day, I just need you to make sure that I need you to make sure that you hit that like button. You hit that like button for me, I promise you, I dance at your wedding one day. Definitely will. Look, I do whatever you want. I beef it up for you. It don't matter. I do that. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I got my boots on the ground. I hit the boots on the ground dance for you. Look, whatever you need, whatever you need, I got you, girl. Look here. Let me stop singing. Let me start singing. I know Uncle Steve somewhere getting jealous. I know you probably somewhere. All right, Kira, look at Big Low. He over here thinking he can sing. I tried to tell him. Tanisha says, look here, coach. She says, I'm with Connor all day long. I'm not mad at you. Jamar's in here says, Jalen Walker or Jihad in the first, Princely in the, ooh, man. That's how you go for it, Bo. I'm glad that you mentioned that, Jamar. So, with this defensive lineup, how do y'all think the Atlanta Falcons are going to attack the NFL draft? With this defensive lineup, what do you feel like the Atlanta Falcons are going to do to attack the NFL draft? What y'all think they're going to do? Y'all make sure y'all put it in the chat. Now, I know everybody's worried about the sacks, right? So, if you look at the lineup, Leonard Floyd averaged 10 sacks a year, right? Last 5 years, just like Connor mentioned earlier in the chat. All right. Arnold Ebiketie turned it on at the end of last year. I forgot how many sacks he had the last 8 games. If anyone in the chat can recall it, please feel free to put it in there. Braylon Trice, mind you, he's coming off of an injury. You know, the ACL is not a situation where, you know, you bounce back like an old school Juvenile song. But, you know, the good thing is that, you know, the young Thundercat got hurt at the beginning of the season, right? Now, you still have other guys like the Ruka Rose, who, you know, is probably going to be your off-ball defensive tackle. You're going to have the Brandon Dorleses, you know, and I'm pretty sure we're going to bring in some other guys. But what do you, as far as the coaching staff, and, you know, this is just like, you know, being at school or at work, you know, participation is what's the word? Is a requirement. Participation is a requirement. What do you think the Atlanta Falcons will do to better this defense, to bolster this defense for this 2025 season? What y'all think they're gonna do? Douglas in here says Rick and the Panthers game, same thing happened. What y'all talking about? Just Switch says Terry's gonna leave his replacement with a lot of cap money. Boy, we're gonna have a lot of money, boy. Dr. Rick says, all Coach Rod got to do is call his time. Is call his timeouts this year. My uncle was probably rolling in his grave during that Commanders game. 2 timeouts. Boy, that's tough. That's tough. Let's see here. Dre says, me personally, I wanted the defensive end that played with the Florida Gators, Desmond Watkins. I think he got to be a defensive tackle. That boy, 460 pounds. He says, I hope and pray that they go and get the linebacker out of Georgia. Look, I'm not mad at that. I am not mad at that at all. You know, because I know that nickel personnel a little bit different from that base personnel. I mean, I feel like you got a lot of guys like the size of Ruka Roro and the size of Brandon Dorless, the David Anyamadas of the world, the Morgan Foxes of the world. I do feel like you do need to go ahead and get a veteran defensive tackle, like someone said in the chat a little bit earlier. Now you gotta get somebody who can plug the middle. Look at here, they just approved. They just shelved the tush push. So look here, teams like the Eagles are still going to be trying to push people around. You know somebody else is going to try to adopt it as well. You might as well just go ahead and get somebody as an anchor for that defensive line, so you could go ahead and take the next step. All right, offensively, we really didn't make any moves offensively, guys. Only move we made was letting Drew Dahlman go, and starting Ryan Nuzil. You know, we're basically saying that he's going to be our starting center. If I'm not mistaken, I think Raheem Morris. Not paraphrasing this. Excuse me. I'm paraphrasing this because somebody told me that Raheem Morris said, "Hey, we're not going to be looking for a new center next year. We're not drafting New Zealand's replacement. We'll bring somebody in and they can compete, but we're not drafting a bona fide or going after a bona fide starting center." So that's really the only move that you made. Um, so I'm gonna ask this, I'm gonna ask the coaching staff this right here. Y'all feel like we're gonna get anybody offensively in this draft? If you feel like we are gonna get somebody offensively, put a one in the chat. If you feel like it's not gonna happen, you going all defense, put a two in the chat. I could see us going after like a wide receiver. I could definitely see that. Um, a tight end, because you don't know what's going to happen with Kyle Pitts, but I could definitely see something happening where you go after somebody offensively in this draft, or I mean, shoot, even in free agency after you go ahead and sign all your guys. I could definitely see it happening. But y'all let me know. Do y'all feel like it's a situation where we could, you know, take somebody? If you feel like we are going to take somebody offensively, put a one in the chat. If you don't think so, put a two in the chat. Dr. Rick says, I know it's not happening, but Leonard, but I still won't trade. I don't know if Trey gonna be going anywhere, Dr. Rick. I think they're working out a deal for old Trey. I think they're working out a deal for old Trey. Drake, he says, me personally, I'm straight with Ryan Nuzil starting at center. Look, I'm fine with it. If I'm not mistaken, I think he started 8 games last year. Shoot, man, 8 games. And from what I recall, I don't think our running game like took a major step back. So shoot, I'm perfectly fine with it. This is, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what you kind of want. You want that succession for your team. I think it's just a situation where we're just not used to it. We're not used to going and getting guys who, you know, could come in and end up playing if we decide to go in a different direction with the current starter. We're just not used to that. We're used to taking guys based on a need because we're starving at the position. So by the time the draft comes, it's literally common sense. So I think this is just a example of depth. Millie Mills in here says 11 ones. He says, yeah, you probably gonna take somebody offensively in the draft. Tanisha says our center is straight. He a lefty like Penix. Plus, he helped us go um into OT versus Tampa Bay by snapping that ball on time. That this is true. This is true. Tanisha is on fire tonight. Says Zach Frazier is that okay? Okay. CR Prince says one. Says I can see us getting a wide receiver. Now, man, what's the kid's name? Washington. What's his first name? I always want to call the kid Isaiah Washington. Can somebody please tell me the guy that we drafted from Syracuse last year? What's his first name? Um, that has great rapport with Michael Penix. I mean, do y'all feel like it's a situation where we drafted him last year to kind of come in and take that starting role this next year or the year after that? I mean, that could legit. Kate, thank you so much, Connor Casey White. I don't know why I want to call the young Thundercat Isaiah. I don't know why I do that, man. Casey Washington, yes. Good grief, why I'm getting old. Casey Washington is it's one of those situations where Casey Washington might come up and be the guy. And I know that I'm not mistaken. I think he did he have an ACL at the end of last year, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Biggs in here says two. He says defense all day. Dre Murphy says two. Me personally, I hope and pray and wish we go all defense. Because me personally, offensive side of the ball is set. And look, I definitely agree with you. He said we still got Chris Blair, and Casey Washington on the practice squad though. But look, I'm not mad at that. My homeboy ATLGA Faithful, y'all make sure y'all check him out on YouTube, man. Great content. He says, yes, they're going all offense. Oh no. No. He says offensive tackle, wide receiver, tight end, center, and running back. And maybe look at quarterback too. Hello. No. Look, you can't put nothing past Terry. You can't put nothing past, even though they send all defensive coaches to the combine. I don't put nothing past Terry. I don't know if y'all heard. They said that they brought in the offensive tackle from Texas in for a workout. Look, that's what I heard. They said that they brought the offensive tackle in from Texas for a workout, and as soon as that popped up on my screen on Twitter, I had 5 people hitting me up like, "Hey, Lo, you think there's some validity to that?" I like, boy, look at here. If Terry Fontenot want everything to pop off, let him go ahead and get an offensive player with the first pick. With our first pick, it's going down like there's a whale in the boat, Bo. It's going down like there's a whale in the boat. Connor says, "I love Kobe Hudson out of UCF." Oh yeah, he's a dog. He's a dog. Oh yeah. I trust me. I completely understand. ATLGA faithful. Completely understand. Oh man, Tanisha here says 2 all D all day, all D all day. No did it. Sean Coswell says, "Oh, what's up, Big Lo? Yeet, get some. What's going on, Bo? Hope you're doing good tonight, man. Hope you're doing good tonight." That's right. It's all that I completely agree with you, Bo. I mean, look, if you look at this offense, I mean, I don't see any glaring holes. Connor mentioned a little bit earlier that your boy Kyle Pitts was 44th out of 74 tight ends in the NFL. So that means that he was worse than both of the tight ends on some teams because there's only 32 teams. So some teams he was graded worse than both of the tight ends on the team. So that's definitely not a good thing. But yeah, I mean, you just look across the board, Chris Lindstrom, number 1 guard in the NFL, Matthew Bergeron, who people tend to not mention. If you're an offensive lineman that people don't mention that much, you're doing something. In the words of Billy Currington, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all might not be familiar with him, but must be doing something right. I just heard you sigh. Lean into my kiss and close the deep blue needs you eyes. Don't know what I did to earn a love like this, but baby, I must be doing something right. Look here, Matthew Bergeron must be doing something right over there, Bo. 19th out of 77 guards. Then you got Jake Matthews, 15th out of 81 guards. Caleb McGarrett, 29th. I mean, shoot, that's one of the best. That's one of the best right tackles in the NFL right there, Bo. Drake London, 7th with an 87 grade, 7th out of 133. Darnell Mooney, who, I mean, ended up getting hurt at the end of the season. And no telling how long he was dealing with that injury. 37th out of 133. Ray McLeod, he's 90th. I'm pretty sure the reason that grade dropped down so much is just he just couldn't hold on to the ball. He old clumsy joker. Bijan Robinson, 92. Second out of all running backs. And daggone Michael Penix, he did so good in such a small amount of time. He got an 87. They ain't even ranked the young Thundercat. Oh, you got something going on with this offense. There's something going on with this offense. The question is, can the defense on the other side of the ball do what they need to do? That's it. That's it. Our defense is that tire that a lot of y'all done rolled on, knowing that tire ain't no good. But you just got to get back and forth to work till Friday so you can go ahead and get another tire. Well, what we did was we just went and got another used tire. That's literally what we did. And y'all and everybody who knows cars know that if you put that used tire on there with all them other good new tires, it's gonna wear down them new tires even more because the balance is off. So we just trying to make it right now, Bo. We put on a used tire that's pretty worn down, probably shouldn't even be rid on. just to try to make it. Unfortunately, in our situation, until 2026. ATLGA Faithful says, so he gonna give us 10% out of 100 because he ain't done nothing yet. Dang, go. Oh man. Big says Terry better not mess this draft up, boy. Boy, look here. If this draft goes haywire, Bo, it's, all I'm telling you is it's gonna be some slow singing and flower breaking. That's all I can say. If this draft goes negatively, it's gonna be rough. I also need y'all to make sure y'all do a country boy a favor. Make sure that you hit that like button. Also, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Share the channel with your friends and family. If you hit them buttons for me, I promise you, I dance at your wedding one day. Definitely dance at your wedding. Look, we get together, we chop it up like this here all the time, bro. All the time. Now look at here. Let's see. I wanted to take a look to see if I could find the okay, yeah, there's the roster. Okay. Because I wanted to look at I just wanted to look at the depth chart, see who's on here. So you still got Javon Gwynn from Georgia in here. That's the backup to the backup center. As far as your swing guards, Kyle Hinton, very serviceable swing guard. Then Elijah Wilkinson. Shouts out to Elijah Wilkinson, friend of the Rise Up tour. Much love to him. Anytime he's called upon, he definitely does a great job. You got Storm Norton. Everybody knows Storm Norton. He's a bit of a fan favorite. He comes in, gets the job done, does what he needs to do. All right, on the defensive side of the ball, I know a lot of people worried about the cornerback position. Um, Clark Phillips, I feel like he needs to be a slot guy. But I heard Raheem Morris say, and Raheem Morris is a defensive backs coach. He even got the if you ever watch him talk, he even got the crooked fingers. You'll see him. He'll be explaining stuff. He got the crooked fingers. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let's see. How it go. I can't do it now. I had it perfect a while ago. Yeah, he got a crooked fingers. You see him, he'll be explaining stuff like, yeah, we just got to do progression. Next time you watch Raheem Morris talk, he got them crooked, people like him, Deion Sanders, and a lot of those other DBs from trying to jam those guys, they got them crooked DB fingers. Like, yeah, I mean, look, it's a progression. If we just go ahead and do what we need to do, we'll make sure that we're, not blowing a 6-3 record next year. He got them crooked them crooked DB fingers. So he knows the DB room a whole lot better than I do. I know that. But I mean, you got some good people out here. That's right there. The thumbs do be up. The thumbs be up. Yeah, there it is. The thumbs be up like that right there. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Oh man. But yeah, so I mean, you got the Clark Phillips of the world. I know Natron Brooks. He didn't really play too many snaps. I mean, he got a good grade, but we don't know if it's real. In the words of Casey and JoJo, in 2000 for an R&B song that a lot of y'all don't know. Tell me it's real. Tell me it's real. Y'all don't know nothing about that. The feelings that we feel. Tell me that it's real. Y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know about that old school good R&B. But yeah, I mean, you got Mike Ford, who looks like he needs to get his oil changed. Mike Hughes, who was very serviceable. I know he had some injury issues. AJ Terrell, who was a straight dog last year in that cornerback room. I can see us getting another cornerback. I ain't gonna lie to you. For this scheme that we run, you have to have a good secondary. If you don't got a legit secondary, it's gonna be hard times. Slow singing and flower bringing, Bo. Then a safety room, you got DeMarco Helms, who's going to be coming back from his injury. Jordan Fuller, who we just picked up. Jesse Bates. Jesse, where's Jesse? Jesse Bates, and Benny Sapp. So you got some guys, you got some guys, who legitimately can make an impact. ATLGA Faithful said, man, every time we talk about our defense, my heart gets sad. Man, that's rough, man. Come on now. You can't, come on, ATLGA Faithful. You can't be like that, Bo. You can't, you can't be walking around with a sad heart, Bo. You can't be doing that. Oh man. Oh man. So I mean, yeah. And then in the linebacker room, uh, like I said, I really like JD Bertrand. He played like a rookie last year, but I feel like that could be your linebacker of the future, and I feel like they're legitimately grooming him. Caden Ellis had a Pro Bowl year. A lot of people won't acknowledge it, but he had a Pro Bowl year last year. Just like C Dub mentioned, Troy E.R. Anderson. that's it. Y'all ain't right. y'all ain't right for calling that man that. But you got your Troy Andersons of the world who's uber athletic. He's just having trouble putting it all together, man. And I think the room that everybody's concerned the most with is this room right here, Bo. I mean, as you can see, there's not that much dark green in the defensive line room, right? Zach Harrison, that's your best graded guy. Zach Harrison really didn't get as many snaps as I thought he should have got last year. He got 272 snaps. Meanwhile, you got the guys like your Caden Ellis's and your Jesse Bates, AJ Terrell's getting 1,000 snaps. I understand that it's a situation where you want to rotate those defensive linemen, but bro, that I believe, and this might just be me, but I believe that Zach Harrison had the most impact in the defensive line room last year. If anyone could think of anyone who had more of an impact, please feel free to put it in the chat. But I feel like Zach Harrison had the biggest impact last year. Contavious Streets of the world. See, I mean, Zach Harrison had less snaps than Contavious Street. That's crazy. Morgan Fox, 619 snaps, and I mean, like I said, he was actually with the Panthers last year as well. One thing that a lot of people don't realize is one of the reasons why we went off and got the Morgan Foxes of the world, and the reason that we got the Jordan Fullers of the world is that we're trying to learn what's going on with our division rivals. We want to get some insider intel. I mean, yes, they're great players, but we also want to know what they got going on behind the scenes that, we can find out, any sort of tactical advantage that we can get on any calls or any audibles or anything that they run. What are their rules that they go by? I mean, anything that we can find out, getting in contact with the Morgan Foxes, the Jordan Fullers of the world is a huge deal. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes guys like that, it's one of those situations where they legitimately, sometimes guys like that, they legitimately might let them go come training camp. It's happened before. It's happened before. T. Terry says, Big Low. He said, do your cousin play big nickel? Let's just wait on him to get drafted by the Falcons. Well, it's crazy because they brought him in. He's a safety, but they got him playing nickel. He's playing star, and they said that he might be starting this year. So shouts out to Shady. He's gonna be playing that star/nickel position. So he's gonna be able to get a little bit more experience closer to the line of scrimmage. He's done sent me clips already. He done caught like 5 interceptions in practice. They got like 4 sacks coming off the edge in that nickel position. He's legit. He's legit, Bo. I'm telling you. Look, I'm cool. Wait, look, it's crazy because it's one of those situations where I've been saying, this whole time, like, hey, we need to go ahead and get Malachi starts. But I'm sitting here like, man, shoot, why can't we just wait for Shady? We just wait for Shady. And we good. Oh man, Khalid Kareem. That's another guy that we brought in. Now, look, one thing about guys like this right here, and we're talking about those edge numbers because I mean, shoot, we all want to make sure we get a guy that can get to the quarterback, right? We all talk about those edge numbers. Crazy thing is, this guy right here, every year since he's been in the league, and he came from Notre Dame, 2020. Oh yeah, they had some good coaching there in 2020. Uh, uh, every year he's been in the league, I mean, he's been pretty much on a positive trajectory. I would say he has a J curve for all my investors out there, but shoot, I mean, you start out at 59 and you end up at 79 right before you get a chance to go to a new team. I mean, you can't beat that, Bo. You can't beat that. Let's see what kind of numbers he got. He didn't have no sex, so he, he had no sex. Oh man. 14 to 4 years, guys. No sacks. No sacks. What's going on, Drees? Much love to you, fam. Hope you're doing good tonight. Much love to you. Yeah, I mean, look, that's something that you definitely got to keep in mind. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we were we were discount shopping. I mean, look, let's be completely honest. We went to Dollar Tree trying to find some ribeye steaks. Hopefully, they might be hitting on something. Deshaun Caldwell says Desmond Ritter coming back. Bye, Kirk. Whoa, whoa, oh, hold on now. Hold on now. You better chill out. Tanisha says, nah, Zach. Zach was good last year. I believe he'll be better because Ulbrich knows how to coach up our rookies. Yeah, look, I definitely agree with you. We also got Tony Wright in here. Tony Wright says we should have re-signed Eddie Goldman, in my humble opinion. Look, I'm not mad at it. I mean, but the thing is, Tony, like, what sort of impact did Eddie Goldman really make? I can think of like 3 or 4 plays off the top of my head that Eddie Goldman like just flashed, right? And I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I mean, maybe moving forward, it's one of them situations where the Atlanta Falcons are thinking, hey, I mean, shoot, we've been trying to retool and you know put guys around Grady Jarrett for so long. Like maybe we should just go ahead and low key start all over. I mean, I feel like they started that last year whenever they brought in the Braylon Trices of the world, whenever they brought in um the the Brandon Dorleses, the Ruka Rororos of the world. I feel like they legitimately started that process. A lot of people just didn't see it. So I mean, look, I mean at the end of the day, you gotta take it into consideration. But I know we were looking at the edges. I mean, that room could be better. D'Angelo Malone, he flashed a few times last year. Leonard Floyd, what he have like 9, 10 sacks last year? What's going on? What's going on, Way? Much love to you, fam. Hope you're doing good tonight. Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like it's one of those cases where if you're the Atlanta Falcons, first of all, and y'all let me know if I'm wrong, but I feel like if you're the Atlanta Falcons, the first thing that you got to do is you got to look for a partner to trade down with in the draft. Whenever you get in the draft or before the draft comes, you got to look at trading down because you only got 5 picks, and y'all seen this depth chart. You got to look at trading down. ATL Skate Man's in here. What's going on with your fam? I mean, look, I mean that, but I mean I know there's something that's hard to say, ATL skate man, but I feel like Terry Fontenot looked around and said, "Hey, I'm trying to keep my job here." If it's one of those situations where, hey, we've been trying to get this to work with Grady Jarrett being the spearhead for years now. Grady Jarrett saying that he wants more money, or I mean, we don't know if it was a situation where if he wanted more money or if they're just trying to extend them and they just couldn't come to an agreement because the extension would have opened up some cap space. But we couldn't come to a deal with Grady Jarrett. I think it was legitimately one of those cases where they were saying, we're steady trying to make something work with the same guys, but it's not working with the same guys. Maybe we should go ahead and go in a different direction. ATLG Faithful says 8.5 for Floyd. That would be the most we've seen it. But that's what I'm saying. Everybody's turning their nose up at Leonard Floyd, and that's why I mentioned 2 or 3 times during this stream. And the man that had like 10, he's averaged 10 sacks every 5 years. When's the last time somebody's done that? We can't turn our nose up at it just because it might not be a big name. He's still a dog, literally and figuratively. ATLGF8 says problem is I don't see people trying to trade up in the draft. Maybe, just maybe. I hope so. But and that's the thing. That's the look. The issue that Terry Fontenot's had over the years is that whenever he's tried to trade down in the past, he hasn't been able to find a partner. Shouts out to Mark Cheney in the chat. What's going on with you, Mark? But over the years, whenever he's tried to trade down, he hasn't been able to find a suitable partner. Whenever he's tried to trade up, last year he tried to trade back into the first round to get Latu. He couldn't find a partner. He couldn't agree. He couldn't make a suitable trade. Oh, that's what a GM's supposed to do. A GM's supposed to work a deal, right? And if you can't work a deal, if you can't, work out and finagle a trade with somebody, I mean, you can't fulfill your duties. You're not able to successfully succeed. I mean, I might be wrong in saying this, but like one of the biggest. I mean, that's a huge part of being the GM, right? Am I wrong? That's a huge part of being the GM. Martin's in here. He says, agree, ATLGA faithful. Someone would have to drop. In that case, the Falcons would need to stay put. That's what I'm saying. I say you trade down, and there are few teams that might trade with you. Like Steelers might trade with you. They just might. There are a few teams that legitimately might trade with you. But the thing is that if it's a situation where you turn around, you trade, if you could get a Malachi Starks, because I ain't gonna lie to you, and a lot of people might not realize this, if this team continues to perform the way that they're performing, Jesse Bates is gone. I'm gonna say this one more time for the people in the back. If this team continues to perform the way that they're performing, Jesse Bates is gone. If you look at a situation where what we've done in the past, it's like Terry Fontenot always drafts his guys to replace the next guys a year early. He always does it. If we mess around and draft Malachi Starks, that's going to be telling. That's going to be very, very telling. I mean, because you got to think. I mean, Jesse Bates, he came here, with promises of turning this whole franchise around, and it hasn't come to fruition yet. And look, y'all might call me the bad guy for even mentioning this, but it's a huge possibility. Jesse Bates might be hitting the door. Tanisha's in here. Tanisha says these other 31 teams too scared to trade up or trade down. Look at the talent we go get, and they already can't stand us. Look at the coaching staff we had in 2016. They all succeed. I mean, look, you ain't telling no lies. You ain't telling no lies. Somebody got to do something, Tanisha. They be acting like they scared. Oh man. Oh yeah, man. Look, I'm telling you, ATLGA Faithful boy. Look at here, great content. Y'all check him out. Got some great content down there, man. He's I love to watch him. You know, he'll go out there into the yard and you can hear the crickets and everything chirping, and he just be out there just giving the business to him. Oh man. T. Terry says, yeah, I mean, you're right. Bates did not want to be extended. He didn't want to be extended. The writing's on the wall, like a Destiny's Child album, Bo. We just got to pay attention to it. Ask the question: why didn't Jesse Bates not want to be extended? Is it because it's a situation where he's thinking, I don't know if I'm going to be around here too much longer? You got to think about it. Jesse Bates, a Midwest kid. Where you from? Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you from Indiana, Bo. I mean, look, yeah, I mean, it might have been cool, you know, whenever he first moved here or whatever, but he came here with the thought of turning this team around, and it hasn't happened. And if I'm pretty sure is in one of those situations where he's saying, "Hey, man, I ain't finna just keep sitting around here hoping that y'all turn stuff around." I also seen how y'all got rid of Grady Jarrett. Well, not got rid of him, but you low key got rid of him. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Those are things you got to take into consideration. ATLGA Faithful says, "Halo, what DT are you liking in this draft?" Man, it's so tough, man, because like there's so many good defensive tackles in here. And I don't know if you, and you know, we've known each other for a while. You've been watching the show for a while, and I've been watching your content for a while. The way I feel about defensive tackles is, I feel like you go one extreme or the other, right? I feel like, and I know this might sound hypocritical of me saying, unless your defensive tackle is generational, unless he's Ndamukong Suh, unless he's Aaron Donald, unless he's Warren Sapp, I don't believe in taking defensive tackles in the first round. I mean, because if you think about it, schematically, all I need that defensive tackle to do in most, and I don't want to, in most reasonable schemes, please, in most reasonable schemes, all I want that defensive tackle to do is play that one technique and take a double team. That's all I want him to do. Anything gets ran up the A gap, eat it up, take the double teams, free everybody else up, right? The only time it'll be a situation where Mr. Bill says, "Slow, stop, sugarcoat. We need that mammoth out of." Look at here, Bo. You only gonna be able to get 15, 20 plays out of them. Y'all know how hard it is to carry around 460 pounds. Now, do you know how hard it is to carry that around when somebody's pushing on you, falling on top of you, falling down, getting back up? That's a lot, Bo. If that was the case, you know how many sumo wrestlers and 450-pound people we would see in the NFL? If you go back and watch the season last year for the Florida Gators, and I met the kid, huge kid. He dwarfs me. Huge kid. But if you go back and look at the season last year, he was like a legit record game changer. He was just a big kid on the field. I don't think we need him. I might be wrong, but I don't think we need him. I don't think it's like worth a roster spot, you know, for short yardage situations. What's the percentage of short yardage situations in the NFL game? I don't think you need that kid. He's a big kid, yes, but I need dancing bears, Bo. I need a big boy that can move. I need a big boy. I need a big boy who, let's say, the offensive scheme changes, and I got a it's not a double team. You just shading over here like you was finna block me. Oh, you run play action. Oh, you run play action, and you was acting like you was gonna run, and then that guard shaded off and going to that linebacker. So it's just me and him. Quarterback still going through his progressions. Oh, I can just make a move and go. That's the guy I need. Right? 460-pound guy ain't gonna be able to do that. He's gonna push him back. He's gonna leave. It's gonna start off him pushing him back in the first quarter. By the time second quarter come, he's gonna be leaning on him. There's a reason why you don't see that many 460-pound guys in the league. I'm just saying. I mean, it looks good. I mean, he looks good coming off the bus. But at the end of the day, most of your defensive tackles are 350 and under for a reason. I don't know how many 350 guys are on, or watching the show right now. If you are 350 pounds, put a 1 in the chat. So let me put my 1 in the chat right now. You see that? Big Low Country Sports, put a 1 in the chat. For any 350-pound guys that are on the stream to play football, to play defensive tackle, especially in the NFL, you got to be something different. To be 350 pounds, you got to be something different. First of all, you got to be a dancing bear. You got to be agile, quick on your feet. Second of all, you got to have the wind. You got to have the wind. I'm just saying. Okay. Ray 50 tie. Yeah. So y'all tell me, y'all cool with going out there and bench pressing? Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. How many? Mark, you ain't 150. I mean, you ain't 350. ATL's man, you ain't 3. Hold on. There's something going on here. Y'all sorry, Saxon. Sorry. Y'all lying jokers. Y'all ain't no 350. So I said I'm 345 to be correct. Mark Cheney says Vita Vea is 350. Exactly. He's Vita Vea. He's different. He's a dancing bear. That's what's so special about those guys. And I don't know if y'all have noticed it, but the average size of defensive tackles is actually going back down. Look it up. The average size of defensive tackles is going back down. It's not like it was 10, 15, 20 years ago, whenever, you run that 3-4 and you got the Tony Saragusa's up there who's like 365, and then you got your two defensive ends who are 290, 300, and then you got your outside linebackers who, running 260. It's not like that no more. It's speed, Bo. It's speed. Once again, Mark, dancing bear. When was Jordan Davis drafted? First round. Because he's one of those guys. And Jordan Davis needs to stop lying. That boy know he bigger than 340. That boy ain't no that boy. If Jordan Davis 340, I'm finna win a Grammy for my snooze song. Jordan Davis ain't 340. Oh man. T. Terry says Georgia Bulldogs always get those 350 pounds. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But see, the thing is that they're dancing bears. They're not just big, right? They're not just big. They're dancing bears. That's the beautiful thing about Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis is big, and that big boy know he can move. ATL hometown. Leonard Falcon says, "What up, coach? Love you, dog. They did me wrong the other day. He says, I'm good with you. I have what I have. Much love to you, Bo." King Richard says he gonna have to lose at least 50 to 75 pounds. That's what I'm saying. How much y'all want to bet that young Thundercat get in there and they change up his diet plan? They change everything up. Look, like I said, I know him. He made more money off of doggone NIL deals because of his marketability, because he's just this big, lovable guy. It was one of them situations where I tell you what, you go and check out his snap count. Let me know if it was a situation where he was just a legit necessity for that Florida Gators defense last year. ATL Skate Man says, my bad, coach. My scale messed. No, look at here. I'm like, wait a minute now. Unless ATL Skate Man, unless he been going to the Texas Roadhouse every night, I know good and well. He ain't no 350. I met him. Oh, Mark Cheney said, Stackhouse, a guy coming out of UGA this year. You pass. Look, man. I mean, I take him just like I take him just like ATLGA Faithful said. I take him in the late round. You know, come to me 5th round or something. You know, I take him. I mean, the thing is that everybody's uber focused on getting Georgia guys. Look here, I've been telling you something. This is gonna be your best chance. This is gonna be your best chance to get a Georgia guy right here. If you want a Georgia guy in the 1st round, if you don't get one this year, Falcons fans, you might as well get up. they ain't coming. they ain't coming. If you think you finna get a Georgia guy, that ain't finna happen. Oh man, Ray 50 says, "Hey coach, when you gonna do a mock draft, man?" So Ray 50, you know how we do, Bo. You know, it's one of those situations where everybody they start doing mock drafts 2-3 months ago. I don't believe in doing 10 mock drafts. I like to wait right up until right before the draft comes, like the 2 weeks before the draft, and then we'll drop a few of them. As far as the coaching staff goes, um, you know, we always do our yearly mock draft together when everybody's always saying, "Dang, coach, come on, man, just make a pick, coach." I'm like, wait a minute, we got to get everybody's input. So yeah, we'll definitely be doing a mock draft, coach. We'll definitely, and then we're gonna get together with some of your favorite content creators and do one with them as well. And we're gonna get on here and have a good time, man. And that's the beautiful thing about it. It's all about having a good time with family, having a good time with family, man. We love it, man. We love it. Big says facts. Look here, I do need y'all to do a country boy favor. Make sure that you hit that like button. If you hit that like button for me, I promise you, I'll dance at your wedding one day. Also, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. Let them know that there's old country boy over here that's loves to sit around and talk about sports, and you know, old boy that talk about sports and loves to barbecue and apparently loves to beat old Jack Spade in a little bit of golf. KB Deshaun says, this is going to be our best defense in a while. Just like Tanisha mentioned earlier. Look, if Jeff Ulbrich could come in and do what we hope he could do, well, I could definitely see that happening. Now, if not, there's gonna be some hard times, Bo. Like I said earlier, slow singing and flower bringing. ATLGF Faithful says, if Green is not there or we take him off the board, the pick may be UGA Walker or Williams. Which do you prefer if both are there? I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I want Walker. Go ahead and give me Walker. We'll bring him on in and just like Mark says, I don't know how Mark changed. I don't know how Mark changed. Mark Cheney says, I don't know how Walker isn't the top 5 prospect this year. He's freaking perfect. That's what I'm saying. Get me Walker all day. If both of them there, give me Walker. ATLGA Faithful. Man, you can't beat it, boy. You can't beat it. Titans in here. What's going on, Titan? Much love to you both. Hope you're doing good tonight. But yeah. Whenever we get a chance, we're gonna get up. We're gonna do a mock draft. Like I said, I mean, cause shoot, the crazy thing is that a couple of weeks before the draft, we're talking about that's next week. That's next week, guys. So yeah, I mean, we're definitely gonna be doing some mock drafts. If it's a situation where you want to see some mock drafts, make sure that you put a 1 in the chat. If you're tired of mock drafts and you kind of, you know, passing on it, put a 2 in the chat. But I'm definitely gonna. I plan on doing some mock drafts. I know we gotta. As a matter of fact, I got to go down to Gainesville. Me and Coach Ronda got to go down to Gainesville next week because Shady's having his first spring game. So we're gonna go down there and check him out and um, see how he's looking and that live competition and chop it up with the coaches, see if there's anything that we need to do, and you know we're gonna have a good time. We'll have a good time. Ty says, if Mike Green and James Pierce are there at 15, who you taking? Man, so the crazy thing is that a lot of people are comparing Mike Green to Khalil Mack. So, if you can have a guy like Khalil Mack on your team, if you want to give your defense a spark plug, especially as far as getting to the quarterback, I mean, that's how you do it. Um, I know a lot of people talk about the character issues or everything like that. Now I know James Pierce personally, and I mean he's a good kid. I've heard some negative. I heard some people say he has some issues, some character issues, but I ain't gonna lie to you, Bo. I mean, between the two, yeah, I'm leaning Mike Green. If you could have a guy like a Khalil Mack, that's comparable to Khalil Mack that you can bring into your pass rush that's been struggling for years, um, you kind of gotta go for it. You kind of gotta make that decision. ATLG Faithful says 1. Mark Chain says 1.5. So I want to see. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like everybody and their mama, everybody just posting mock drafts, just hitting you in the face with mock drafts. I'm like, man, come on, y'all. Like, dang, another mock draft. Goodness. So yeah, that's why I didn't want to. I didn't want to bother everybody. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna chill out with the mock draft. I'm waiting till we get a little bit closer. Tanisha says 1. Okay. T Terry says, "Hello, did your cousin play Georgia?" Oh yeah. Florida, yeah, they play Georgia every year. The world's largest cocktail party. So yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think this year, I believe it's supposed to be in the bins. So I mean, look, if it's in the bins, then we definitely gonna have a good time with it. What's going on, Will? Amy, much love to you. A Nee says, yeah, you got to go with Mike Green. Yeah, you gotta go with Mike Green. King Richard says, how you feel about Biggers from Tech? Hey, you know what? I hadn't even really looked that much into him. Somebody sent me a message asking me about him the other day. I was like, I'm gonna look into him a little bit. But I mean, look, man, the crazy thing about this draft is that there's so many guys who are gonna be going in the second, third, fourth round who are legit. Just like Mark Cheney said, man. I mean, you got Walker from Georgia who should be a top 5 talent. There's so many guys in this draft like that. So this is one of them situations where it's like if you don't get a guy that could help you defensively, that's on your scouting department. So that's what I'm saying. It's like all of the odds are stacked. Wait a minute. Let me do it like Raheem Morris. Hold on. Yeah, so all of the odds are stacked up against Terry Fontenot to make sure that he gets some guys in here that could really make a difference defensively. Because if he can't, I mean, look, you're gonna have to go ahead and hit that door. Did I do it right, guys? You see how I popped that thing in there? You can tell that joker been broke a few times. You tell that thing been broke a few times, though, boy. You can pop it right on back out. Oh man. Man, let's see here. Um, well, I seen Nolan Smith. Okay. Mark Chain says they're saying Pierce is uncoachable, but what's up with that? look, man. All the times I've been to Tennessee's practice. I mean, he took culture well to me. I mean, I ain't never seen, like, now, mind you, I only been on the field during practice one time, and I ain't never heard him like say anything slick or have like any negative body language. Now, Coach Banks, that's my homeboy. That's the defensive coordinator at Tennessee, and you know, we talk about the whole roster. He's never said anything negative about he's never said anything negative about James Pierce. He just always talks about you know, the freak of nature he is, how quickly he gets off the ball. But look, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, there's been a lot more people who's been around him more than I have. you know. So I mean, I don't know. Shout out to my homeboy Tyler Russell in the chat. He says this is the year in Jax. Next year, ATL renovation. Wow, what's going on, Tyler? Hope you and Coach Christine doing good. I need to hit you up too, because the draft party. I don't know if y'all gonna be at the draft party, but I need to hit you up, Tyler. So, if I don't, remind me. Oh man, yeah, that's it, man. That's some DB fingers. ATLGF paper, so you gotta talk faster. Oh man. T-Terry said you gotta talk like you from New Jersey. Look, you asking the wrong one now, Mo. You asking the wrong one now. Oh man. Well, look at here, Mo. I definitely and greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming on and chopping it up with us. Moving forward, I need y'all to make sure y'all hit that like button. Definitely enjoyed, getting back and having the coaches meeting. Like I said, unfortunately, the old dog been tied up. Y'all know how it is for me. Y'all know how it is for me. Y'all know I can't sit still too long. And, we always have, different things going on. We got some that we have to handle things for, rental properties and tenants, and, we gotta take care of family obligations. And, we gotta make sure that, we get everything done on the 9 to 5, and, gotta make sure that, take care of Coach Roney, and, do everything that we need to do. And then, whenever I have free time, make sure I kick old Jack Spade in between the washing machine and the dryer on the golf course. Ty says, my coach had raw fingers too. He says, gotta move the weights before dropping. Boy, what you talking about? Oh man, Mac Child, what's going on, Bo? Hope you doing good tonight, man. Mark Taylor says, he says, hey man, you can skip OTAs at this point, man. Boy, what you talking about, Bo? What you talking about, Bo? See, look. At the end of the day, this because of all the stuff that I end up doing. That's why I ain't coaching now, because coaching is literally I say 90 to 100 hours a week. It's like 90 to 100 hour a week type of gig. you you gonna, you gonna be wide open all week long, Bo. Ain't gonna be no time with the wife. Tyler Russell says all good coaches have crooked fingers. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Hold on now. I'm trying to. I mean, they kind of crooked. Oh, wait a minute. There you go. There you go. All good coaches have crooked fingers. There you go. All good coaches have crooked fingers. Oh man. Purple Hayes says, "Have a nice night." He said, "Rise up." Wait a minute. I thought you was a Vikings fan. Wait a minute. You get it all wrong. Oh man, look at here, man. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be safe. Please don't do anything that I would do. Make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Rise up, A-Town down. What in the world, about?